Man, just look at this. Look at it. It's dripping with juices. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to G-Rod Grills. My name is Gerardo. Today I'm going to be making some pulled pork, but to do that I'm going to be smoking an 8-pound pork butt in the Bradley 4-rack digital smoker you see right here behind me. This thing's going to be so tender, so pull apart, and so delicious. I can't wait to eat it. Are you ready to get going? Let's go! All right, here we go. Here I've got about an 8-pound pork butt here. One side you can see it's got a bit of fat cap. The other side has no fat cap at all, just the rest of the meat. What I'm going to do here to start off is I'm going to trim this down a little bit more just to kind of get it nice and tight close to the meat so that I can get that seasoning as close to the meat as I can, and it'll form a nice little bark. You actually really don't have to do any of this. If you wanted, you could just score some of this fat to get some of that seasoning down and the smoke to go down. But today, I'm going to trim it. So nice and easy, just take your time. You don't want to kind of cut too far into the meat. All right, here we go. So I've trimmed it down as much as I'm going to trim it down now. I removed some of this fat pieces that were here, a little bit of the fat cap that was around the meat here. The bones right there, I'm not too worried about that. I just want to be able to get to as much meat as I can here with my seasoning. So now that that's done, just gonna give her a little flip over, and then I'm gonna start off with my binder here. So I'm just using regular yellow mustard, and we're gonna put this on top. Just, I mean, not too crazy, but enough to cover, and then just rub it in. You're not gonna taste this. You can use hot sauce. You can not use it at all if you want. This just kind of helps the rub, the seasoning, whatever it is that you're using, stick to it really well. All right, let's get started with seasoning on this beauty. I'm gonna layer in some flavors like I usually do with all of my cooks, and I'm gonna start off with the finer of my 2 rubs that I'm gonna be using. And that one for me is the honey bacon barbecue rub by Meat Church. It's a nice sweet rub, goes really well with pork, and really I love it with whether it's a pork shoulder like this or ribs. This honey bacon barbecue rub is fantastic. And just make sure you layer in nice and thick. Don't be too shy with it. This is a very large cut of meat. You're not going to really over season this at any point here, so just give it a nice rub. Okay, and just as always, we want to pat your rub in. Don't rub it in, just pat it in. You'll be good to go. Next, I'm going to be using Hog Waller by Suckle Busters. This is a nice pork rub. Goes really well again with anything pork related. Actually goes really well with chicken as well. This is our coarser of the two. You always want to put your coarser rub on the top. And the reason for that is that it's going to help build your bark a little bit better. Those nice big coarse grains. All right, this is fully seasoned and ready to go. I'm gonna wrap this up and put it in my fridge, and I'm gonna let it rest overnight. I find that I get a lot more flavor out of the meat into these rubs if I let them sit overnight and they kind of soak into the meat a little bit. You absolutely don't have to do that. You can do it 20 minutes prior to your cook. That's good enough. 2 to 3 hours prior, that's fine as well. I'm gonna do it overnight. Usually it's the way I've always done it, so I'm a creature of habit here. Also, this is going to take about 10 to 11 hours to cook, so I want to make sure that I cook it tomorrow morning, and that way it's ready for me for dinner tomorrow. It's getting a little bit later in the day here today, so that we wouldn't be able to get that all finished today. But I'll show you as soon as I can, as soon as the sun comes up and I've got light, I'll show you what it looks like once it's in the smoker. All right, it's 7 o'clock in the morning here. Our pork butt is in here already. We've got it rolling with some pecan and some cherry wood. I let it sit on the counter for about 20 minutes prior to put it into the smoker, just while the smoker got up to temperature essentially. And what that did is it just helped the meat get a little bit closer to room temperature. It's still cold, but it also brought all that moisture to the top, which was fantastic. It's gonna let that smoke adhere. I'm gonna come back in about 2 hours. I'm not gonna look at it at all and have a look to see where we're at and probably start spritzing. You can see also I've set up my meter thermometer here. That's just going to monitor my internal temperature on that, as well as the ambient temperature, but I'm not really too worried about that. See you in about 2 hours. All right, so we're about 2.5 hours into our cook, and we're going to give her a little spritz. You can see it's starting to look a little dry in some of these areas here.
a little bit dry there. It's kind of darkening up in some of those. So we're gonna give it a good spritz to make sure it doesn't dry up on us here. And now what I'm using is, this is actually just Dr. Pepper. So you can use whatever kind of spritz you want. Generally I would use like a apple cider vinegar mixed with apple juice, or even just water works just fine. But in this case, we're going with a little bit of a different flavor, and that's going to be Dr. Pepper. This is pretty much it here. So I'm going to do this for about every half an hour to 45 minutes or so. I'm going to come check it to make sure it's not getting too dry, and then I'll give it another spritz. If it's looking dry, then I'll spritz it. If it's not, I won't. And we're going to keep doing this until the color is right where I want it. Temperature wise, internally, it's going to be probably around the 165 to 170 mark. But I'm not really too worried about the internal temperature about it. I'm more worried about the color on it. I want it all to be nice, kind of red mahogany color. And once I've got that, it's my bark is set, then I'm ready to wrap. I'll show you when we get to that wrap point. All right, so we're about 7 hours into this cook. We've got our pork butt here. You can see our color is looking perfect. Nice, deep color. It's got a nice bark building. You can see some of the fat moisture kind of starting to bubble up to the top and kind of keeping that little bit of moisture all around the edges. So we are ready to wrap. So I'm going to pull this out of here and I'll show you how we do our wrap. Okay, here we go. So at the bottom of my pan, I've added some honey, some more of each of the 2 rubs, and some pads of butter, as you can see there. I am going to then kind of transfer from the rack to this and just kind of set it over top. All right, so now we've got it transferred in here. We're gonna do the same treatment that we did on the bottom, but on the top. So I'm gonna drizzle in some honey. And then next I'm going to put my pads of butter in, just right over top of it. So again, we're going to use our same rubs that we used before for flavoring. We're just going to kind of season the top. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit. And then the same with the other one. And then lastly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a splash of this Dr. Pepper spritz that we've been using on the bottom. Just kind of a little bit of splashing kind of all over. That's pretty much all we need. Don't need a whole heck of a lot. Maybe less than a quarter cup there. And that is it. So my next step is here, I've just got some heavy duty foil. I am going to just cover this. All right, so I've got it nicely, tightly wrapped now with our thermometer right back in there. This thermometer is going to tell me now once the internal temperature gets to about 195 to 200 degrees. It probably won't be ready until we get to about 203 to 205, but we're going to start checking it at about 195 to 200 degrees. And I'll show you how we can tell that this is ready to go and time to take it off. I'll see you then. All right, here we go. So I've got my alert that the pork butt is now sitting at about 200 degrees. So I'm just going to go ahead and test this out. I've got an instant read thermometer here. You don't really need to take a temperature on it. It's more just to get a feel for how tender this is when we do it. So we're going to take that. I'm just going to use the poker. And what you were looking for is for it to go in and out, kind of like, like a hot knife through butter. Not a whole lot of resistance, which is kind of where I'm at right now. Here is what I'm getting throughout all the meat. We're gonna call this done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this out of here. I'm gonna put foil wrap on it again, and then I'm going to put it into a Cambro holder. And what that holder is gonna do is we're gonna let it rest for another half an hour to 45 minutes before I pull it. It's gonna help tenderize everything just perfectly. If you don't have a Cambro holder or like a cooler you can put it into, you can put it into your oven. Just leave the oven off, put it in there. The oven itself is very insulated, so you can throw it in there, let it rest for a minimum half an hour, but you can go an hour, 2 hours. The longer you rest, the better this kind of gets. So we're gonna give it a half an hour to 45-minute rest and go from there. All right, here we go. So now it's rested for a good 45 minutes in the Cambro. We're just gonna take it out of here. I can smell that smoke. You can see there's so much liquid in here. You can see. So let's just get this going here. I was trying to get to this bone. It's a huge bone. There it is. Ooh, it's Still pretty warm. You can see the meat just kind of piles right off of it. And then let's get in here. And you know, these juices are great because as you pull the meat apart, like look, just so juicy still. Oh, some cartilage in there. Let's get that out of the way. All right. Just falls apart. Beautiful, beautiful smoke. Look at that, that's what you want. You know, it's just all the fat's been rendered out nicely. Just falls apart. I don't know, I can't wait anymore. Let's try this out, shall we? All right, so we've got it all pulled here. Oh, it smells so good. Look at this bark. It's so juicy, super tender. It just, you know, falls apart pretty much on its own. It's still pretty piping hot, so there's that too. Try to get to some of these pieces here, you know, and oh, ha! This is so good. It's smoky. The bark is incredible. I don't know, it's so moist. You can taste all those flavors. It's nice and sweet. It's gonna be perfect on some pulled pork sandwiches today. If I don't eat it all like this. Yeah, just look at this. Look at it. It's dripping with juices. It's tender, it's moist, it's smoky, it's sweet. The pork flavor just comes through so good. Unbelievable. And we used Dr. Pepper to spritz, and there was Dr. Pepper in the mix. There, you know, there was a lot of honey, but it's not overly sweet. It's just the right balance for pork. Absolutely amazing. Well, that's all I got for you today. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, and don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content. You want to see some more of me? Head on over to youtube.com/GrodGrills so you can see a lot more of my videos there as well. Until next time, I'll catch you in the next G-Rod Grills.